Hello, I'm Dai.
And I'm Mika, and today we are going to talk about 5 things I don't like about living in Japan. I have lived in Japan over 2 years in total, and yeah, but there are still things that I just cannot get used to or that I don't really like about life here. So I thought it would be interesting to just know about that stuff. So let's get started.
Yes.
So the first thing is that I just really cannot get used to how full the trains in Japan are. Like especially in the morning and evening for rush hour, it's just super full. Like you barely have any personal space left, and it's just not. I just don't find it very nice to have to stand like this for an hour or something.
Yeah, it is said you can actually sleep while you're standing at train because there's so many people that they hold your body. So
Like I actually noticed, like if it's so full that really there's no space, not any space left between you and the person next to you, it's actually nicer than if there's a little bit left, because then you have to be careful not to bump into anyone.
Yeah.
If there's already no space that you can bump into people, you can just relax and sleep. So that's actually better than having a little space.
Yeah, but in that case, you have to be careful about Japanese pervert.
Yeah, but there are women-only cars which you can use for rush hours. So I usually use them and then relax.
Yes.
Yeah. So the second thing is that I think compared to Germany, discussions in Japan can be kind of boring. I think people in Japan try to keep harmony in their group, especially with people they don't know yet. I think they try to not to say no, I don't think that way or something, which is something people in Germany kind of like. We like having discussions also with strangers. So as a German person, it can be a little boring to talk to people I don't know yet, maybe.
Yeah, we really try to keep harmony of our group, so that's why even people say like things which we can't agree or something like that. We say like, oh yeah, maybe that's right, or
I think with people you know very well already, like friends or family, you can have a good discussion in Japan as well, of course. But with strangers, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to kind of get close to each other to talk about our true feeling or something like that.
So the next thing is that fruits in Japan are very expensive compared to Germany. Like I think in Australia or New Zealand, I've heard it's also very expensive, but in Germany in general we can get fruits very cheap. So I really like eating fruits every day, which is why I just really wish that it would be less expensive in Japan.
Like I think, but quality is good, right?
The quality is very good. Like it tastes delicious, but
Yes.
it's just too expensive to buy every day.
Yeah, it's kind of uncommon to eat fruit every day in Japan. That's why I think fruit is kind of a little like good dessert. So it's kind of a little special.
Yeah, that's
eat.
true. Like if you buy fruit which is in season, it's a little bit cheaper. So we usually try to buy what's in season, which is better anyway. Yeah. So the fourth thing is, I think many people have talked about that already, that it's a little bit difficult compared to other countries to enter the Japanese community. It's not even, that doesn't mean that like in Japan they're super, like most people don't like foreigners or something like that. Also, people kind of, how to say, like as a foreigner you kind of get put on a, I don't know, higher position or something, and because you're a foreigner, some people think that you're better than them, especially with girls, I think.
I'm thinking, because I think it's because models of lots of
Yes.
brands
Yes.
are like foreigners at
Yeah.
like at some
Yeah.
advertisement or
Even,
something like that.
even in
that's why-
Japan, like many models are foreigners,
Yeah.
so especially Japanese girls maybe have some,
How to say, yeah.
yeah,
Like
issue
admire-
with
Mhm.
like being Japanese, and they think foreigners are cuter or something. So even if they think they're doing something good, if they're always like, oh, you are this and that, and I don't know, as a foreigner, for you it's kind of sometimes a little, how to say, a little sad that they don't treat you like they treat their other friends, maybe.
Wow. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so yeah, it's not something, yeah, it's just something I wish would be a little different, maybe.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
lots of my foreign friends asked me like, how can I be friends with Japanese people, because it's really hard to be friends Japanese people. They saw like the Japanese people try to avoid, and maybe they don't like me or something like that. They say that, but the actually Japanese people, I think, don't know how to communicate with foreigners, because Japan is island and we don't have so much like variety of races
Yeah, compared to other countries.
compared to other countries.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like maybe Japanese people don't know what they should say at some situations or something like that. That's why they are not confident in communication with foreigners, I think.
Yeah, and of course there are Japanese people who are very comfortable with communicating with foreigners. Like Dai-chan apparently, like obviously, has no problem with that. But I think that's usually people who already have experience living abroad, or who have traveled to another country at least. Like people who have never ever left Japan are usually the ones who kind of really don't know how to behave when communicating
Yeah.
with a foreign person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so the last thing, the fifth thing is not something that I particularly dislike, but more something that I cannot used to, which is that as a girl, you are kind of not supposed to dry your clothes outside,
Clothes, especially
your underwear.
underwear. Yeah.
So, I think in the US you usually use the, how do you call it? Looks
Dryer?
Like, yeah, the dryer.
Dryer?
It looks like a washing machine, but it dries your clothes. But in Germany we usually air dry our clothes outside, and they also do that in Japan. But only for girls, you shouldn't put your underwear out. Yeah, for drying. And I think there are many reasons for that. One is just that I think Japanese girls are a little shyer than German girls when it comes to their underwear and things like that. But also apparently there are some weird people in Japan who steal girls' underwear if they find some outside, which I just think is so weird. Like, I have never heard of a case like that in Germany, which doesn't mean that that never happened. I am sure that that happened as well, but it's not a big issue in Germany as it is in Japan. So I just think that's very weird. And also, I think I also kind of have a problem with it that I cannot do that because I'm a girl, but for a guy it's okay. Like, yeah, that's just something I don't like about it.
Yeah. I still remember the first time when she tried to dry her underwear. I said, oh no, it's kind of, how to say, you shouldn't.
Yeah, I was
You
very
shouldn't.
surprised about
Yes.
that. I had no idea.
And I was also surprised because it's okay to dry women underwear outside in Germany. So
Yeah, sure.
it's still shocking, surprising things for me too.
Yeah. So these were the 5 things I don't like or cannot get used to about life in Japan. Well, some of these things are kind of very serious topics, I think, but even though there are things I don't really like, in general, I really enjoy my life in Japan. And I hope you found this video interesting.
Yes.
So see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.